Hi, welcome to Pro Digital Marketing. This is a channel dedicated to helping Australian businesses improve their digital marketing skills. If you want to do it yourself and you're really ready to take the reins, come check our channel out. We're going to help you now. Hi. This week we've had a lot of questions around recording videos. There's been a lot of clients that are producing their videos themselves and they want to make sure that they're able to record their video and the screen and get that correct at the same time. Now, Premiere Pro is one of the best products to use video editing software with. It is one of the more complicated ones, but it has some great tools in it. Now, there's so many advanced features within this product that it's hard to take advantage of all of them and know how to operate with all of them. But one issue that comes up, and it's really difficult to Google, is when you get green screen. So I'm going to give you a screen recording and I'm going to show you what that looks like, and then I'm going to show you how to fix it. And when you Google green screen, most of the green screens that you would have seen when you're searching is when people have a green screen behind them, and that means that they can put any background behind their video. Now that's really great because then you don't have to film in a beautiful location. You can just pop a green screen behind you and then appear as if you were somewhere else. That green screen is a technique used in photography. This green screen is a problem with your hardware and software rendering the video, and it's a particular issue with Premiere Pro. And I want to show you how to fix that so you've got awesome videos to give to your clients right now. So I'm going to take this video. Now, right here, you can see that I'm on the Pro Digital Marketing page. If I was to scroll, depending on how fast I scroll, if I stop, and if I move, what's actually happening with the screen recording is it's dynamically taking images, because a video is just a set of lots of images, and only using the ones where there's a lot of changing. So because we're only moving a little bit here, and if I click on this, it'll then change the screen and go to this next stage. So it's thinking and putting all these things on the screen for you, and it's doing it at what's called a variable rate or variable refresh rate, VFR. And it's dynamically adding and minusing and putting different images to make sure that it saves as much space when you save this video as possible. Now I'm going to throw this in Premiere Pro and I'm going to show you what it looks like in Premiere Pro. So if we drag the first video across to the sequence, it'll put that in the sequence, and then next we put the screen recording across. Now, a great thing about Premiere Pro is you can select both these by holding Shift, and then you can actually go to the synchronize request and say audio. That will synchronize the requests so that your screen shows exactly what your video did, and you can see they're now lined up, and the audio wave pattern is now matching. So that's a fantastic little hint there for using Premiere Pro. So now you've got them synced up. What you want to do is you want to put your face in front. We can see this as we move across. And then what you're going to do is take the scale up in the editing area and reduce that down to how big you want it to be in your screen. So let's move it over nice to the side, have it in the little box that everyone likes to do as they present, that way they can take a look at you. And then your screen recording, now that's obviously too large right now. We want to shrink that right to fit within the view frame. So it's very different around when it actually reacts. And sometimes it's a green screen, sometimes it's a blur. It's all dependent on how fast your Premiere Pro is performing, whether you've got the right chipset. I have the old Intel chip on my Mac. They've now produced the M1 chip. I believe the M1 chip is fast enough to generally handle this. If I scan through, there we are. We can see a big green section there. Now the problem is when you create this video, it will actually produce some of that green. Now the interesting thing is it doesn't always appear there. If I actually play this right now, it'll switch across to that screen and there's no green. You don't have that green issue, it's working again. But as I said, if I scroll through, sometimes you saw a little blur just before. It's all dependent on how fast your CPU is working and mashing those videos together. Now the longer the video, the harder the CPU has to work and the more problems that I've found and seen in this issue. Especially videos past about 8 minutes long on the Mac, and a lot of people have these Macs, you have that issue of rendering. Now it's actually Premiere Pro, as I said, dealing with the mashing of those videos. So now I'm going to show you how to fix it. So in order to fix it, what we need to do is we need to bring up iMovie, or you can use another converting tool. It's just iMovie does it for you nice and easily. So if we import our file into iMovie, drag it into the iMovie section down the bottom, we've got our screen recording here. Now all we need to do is File, Share, and File, and we'll export that. Now what that's about to do is that's going to make it from a variable refresh rate, so the refresh rate that can go small and large and change throughout the video, to a standardized refresh rate. So if we say next and export this, we'll call it no variable refresh rate. Refresh rate. We then save, and we'll start to create a video on our desktop that is no longer with a variable refresh rate. Now what we can do is throw that into Premiere Pro, align the two again, and we won't have that issue. We'll produce a nice, clean, crisp video. I'll show you the result. Excellent, now we've exported, and two things have actually been quite interesting what's happened here. Our file size has reduced by 1/3, and now it's no longer a variable refresh rate. So if we were to drag that back into Premiere Pro and put it down here, then what we can do is we can bring that onto our sequence straight away. We can delete our old screen recording. We need to obviously resize it. But we'll no longer have this issue that we had before. So if we give it a play, you'll see because the two refresh rates of the video that we took via the camera and the video that we took via the screen are the exact same. We can see you've got the screen, inside a screen, lots of things moving, but because they're a fixed frame rate, they then can compute quite well. Premiere Pro works very nicely, and you don't have this annoying green problem. Doesn't matter how fast I go through it or check through those sections, it'll always come up nicely. So that's our tip for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learnt a lot. Comment below. Can't wait to hear from you. Look forward to seeing you next time.